Yep, I'm start streamer now. Okay, so last time just make sure that the audio is working. Okay, so last time uh I see I was here. Yeah, I was in the metadata or something. But yeah, I think now that I'm reading it on my laptop, not on my tab anymore, so I think I'll try something different, which is like I'm trying to model the system as like a code and like see if it's like makes sense. I just want to trying to like import uh the design in like single line single Python code, single Python file, and it's like see how far I can get. It's not necessarily like have to be able to run it, but like just trying to model the system. So I think architecture, yeah. So let's see. So there's architecture. Basically there's only two or three, two server component, one client component, which is the master and the client, right? So I have opened my editor, GFS file. Okay. If I want to have this, I'll probably start with the master, right? And then the master is single node, so probably like local. No, the master actually has like metadata things. Uh, I'll say metadata. No, let's um. Well, actually, I just this first time I tried set for Python actually. But yeah. Okay, self dot. I would say this is the metadata, so this is like the metadata, which is like a dictionary of like string and string. I forgot how to do annotation. This oh, it's not string, it's sure. This bar right now versus of yeah, let's of yeah, let's say yes, no. It's hard to do this like well. Metadata is how do I init this? Yeah, I think it's this one. Right, yeah, I forgot. Take string. Okay, this is basically metadata. The key file store that store maybe I can come back to this later. I forgot the detail. I just read yesterday. And I want to have like a Jong server, which is which has what? It's which has the if I'm not wrong, there should be like I think there should be a class of Chong, which is a representation of the Chong itself, and then I wish there could be like upper here. Oh, oh, nice. Um, the Chong itself is a representation of a single file. No, it's not. It's just like a single chunk, so that should be like uh it should have um it should have like a I think which master which is the master of this chunk, like okay, master location this would be like I don't know, like maybe this is basically the address of chunk server, right? A string, right? And then the self What else? The Java server, the I should have read this since the beginning, but okay. Let's read from here. Okay, let's read from the single master part. Okay, it's single node, so yeah, there's no consensus logic or anything that makes it more complicated to maintain. And the opportunity using global knowledge. However, we must minimize. I want to highlight this sometimes. Okay. However, it must minimize its involvement in reads, right? Minimize. Sorry. Minimize involvement in reads and writes, so it does not become bottleneck. I've never written right. Master inside client asks master which John server is your contact. It caches this information for a limited time and interacts with the John server directly for many subsequent operations. Okay, so in a sense, master should have like the metadata itself should have I'm not sure if it's like I think like I want to say that each metadata is like it's from imports. I think I want like this is like one item method, which is like I'm not sure if it is like file server. Sorry, it's like single file, like single file abstraction, and it has like the metadata is like how many chunk like say this is dictionary and this is the file name and the location. So each file is wait, I'll say the string, like for example the string is like for example at file for example, and I want to say file here, like just a file name, and then I want to add the metadata. So I forgot, is this the correct type? File must be oh, I forgot. Yep, so file metadata add, what is the method to add a value? Key items get pop set. Wait, what? Okay, I think this would be like this. So the file name could be either this is like probably not a string, probably just like a blob object which is byte, and then probably not, probably like oh wait, oh sorry, what happened? I don't like workspace, to be honest. It's quite I don't know, is this to be like a blob or maybe it could be like I don't know, post. Let's treat it as a post request. So like it is like an object, and then maybe like a dictionary, which is it's fine, like it posts, and the file itself which is this. Oh yeah, probably this, probably not, but yeah, whatever. Text and like okay, I want to know like the file name and add file. Okay, and then probably it has to be like adding the stuff to the file. So if call it calls split and split to transfer or something, right? And call the file, and I have like a list of transfers, right? This which is so should be like a list. Yeah, well, yeah, transfers transfer. Yeah, I think this is fine. And then like location. Chunk location is in this chunk server. Okay, I think it somehow should be like this. Updates. I think you turn it to report, or maybe you can do this too. Yeah, it's fine. It's all good. It's fine. So probably it's something like this, right? When you add something, set class as master client which it connects to. So when a client, I don't know, when a client has the master, which file is located to with chunk server, and the chunk server will, sorry, and the master will just return the list of chunk server, right? And first it's used, okay, first using the fixed chunk size, so first using the list, using the client translate the file name and byte offset specified by application into chunk index within a file. Okay, chunk index within a file. All right, I forgot this one. So each file itself is this one. It's not just pure file, but oh yeah, I forgot, the file itself is being split into multiple different chunk internally from the client side. So the client will probably send something like this. Okay, the size of the file, and then wait, who's going to but also specify the application into a chunk index within the file. Then it sends the master a request containing the file name and the chunk index, chunk handle, and location of replicas. Oh, okay. So I assume that there's some kind of calculation that said like, okay, so maybe there's some constant in this file, like minimum chunk size or something, which is maybe say 60 megabytes. I don't know, 60 megabytes is like this. Like this. Is how many is this? Like 34 million. Let's just confirm it. Is this yeah, anyway, let's actually confirm it. What is power? No. Is this oh, I forgot. Not this one. This, right? No, this is 8. So wait, why is it 8? It should be like 5 is 64, and this is 2 kilobytes, right? 2 kilobytes. So if I want like 60 kilobytes or something, no, it's like 20 or something. Yeah, 22, 24, 25. Yeah, okay, whatever. So anyway, this is should be like 64 megabyte, okay? Like for example, I think it's 64 megabyte minimum. And then the file size is like the client side would calculate, oh okay, how what is the minimum chunk size, and then say okay, 64 megabytes. So if the file is like one, let's say make it easy, like 64 140 megabytes, then it's going to be like 10 chunks, right? Okay, maybe that's too much. Okay, let's say like that, and like index offset to chunk mapping, which is like I think could be like a tuple of sets. Like okay, like tuple in which the integer is like the index which is like integer, and then this is the offset, right? And this is the offset, which is the offset, the byte offset, and like this is just like the index. Technically speaking, you don't need this. Technically speaking, you don't need this. Technically, you can just like internally calculate the it's not it's a nice chance. Let's do it like this. Index offset index like this, probably like this. So the idea is that say offset 1 to the first 600 megabytes is like versus 300 million bytes is index 1, and then the 64 plus 1 byte up until like 528 megabyte is like index 2. Alright, so that's the kind of index, and like basically it's going to be 10 chunks, right? And then each chunks will be like either distributed round robin to the chunk server, so that okay, the chunk server is going to retrieve this file. So split the chunk server is going to like basically wait, no, sorry, it is just metadata of the yes, I forgot, the file is, this is the file. Oh, okay, sorry, so this is not an actual file. Yeah, this is the file metadata, and probably this is like the actual file, like the actual blob, the binary object, which is like, I don't know, optional, which is probably not. I don't know. And then like no, let's say this is file request, request, right? So file request, and then basically the client will send it to the master, and then it's like, okay, this is okay, you need to send it 10, right? And then you need 10, you're going to store 10 chunks of a chunk. So you need to distribute it in some way to each of these different chunks. Okay, here we go. For this chunk, you go to this chunk server. For this chunk, you go to that chunk server, and then it's going to have like I don't know, like class like file chunk response, which is like an order class. Yeah, just to make it easy to visualize it. And then like basically this one is like mapping between index to chunk server mapping, which is like a dictionary, of course. And then like it's going to be like this. It's going to be like okay, index 1 go to maybe 90, like this address, right? And then like okay, this one is good to this address, and this one good to this address, maybe. So yeah, okay, this is the mapping that you should follow probably, and like you have to try your best to do this, or maybe not this, maybe not directly IP address, maybe it's just DNS. But yeah, that quickly the response at file. So it's not add file, it's like it's well it's add file mapping or something. Map file to chunk server. So probably like just like, and then file request, and then this is going to be like compute the distribution, which I don't know what's the logic, and like, and then okay, this is like the computed chunk server that I have to go to, and yeah, this file name, probably there's a file name here, right? So file dot file name. Yeah, I think so. So okay, so I think yeah, it in the chunk index within file, right? Chunk index within file. Then it sends to master request containing, right? See, master request containing the file name and the chunk index, exactly like this, right? Like this, chunk index. Chunk index is like, it's not an actual index. Like it's not actual address. Like the client have no idea like what the chunk server is available. So it asks the master, hey, I want to store this 10 chunk. Give me list of chunk servers so that I can store it directly there. So yeah, that's pretty much it. The client passes this information. Okay, the master replies with the corresponding chunk handle and the location of replicas. Chunk handle and location of replicas. The client casts it. Oh, okay. Oh, wait. I don't know who's going to replicate this. Is it the client? Is it the client itself, like sending to 3 different chunk server replica, or is it going to be the chunk server that's going to replicate? I am not sure, but the master replies with the replica and the location and replicas and the location and replica. I don't know. This is like handle location, chunk handle. Oh, so sorry. What is chunk handle? I don't know. And the replica. Where's the replica? Is it like this? And then replica in .7 and .10 .19 something like this. Replica this one is in other stuff, and this one in. So I don't understand like why. I think given that I said that it returns the replica, I would say probably the client that replicates to the replica. Okay. The client sent request to. Oh wait, this one is okay. The client then sent a request to one of the replicas, most likely the closest one. The request specified the chunk handle and the part within that chunk. Okay. Further, reach the same chunk require no more client much interaction until the cache information expires. Okay, so I don't know what's chunk handle. I think I missed something. Chunk handle basically chunk username, like chunk's identified, like spatial identifier for that particular chunk. I don't know, is it like UID or something? I think so. I think it's not going to be file name, but like a hash or something. I think it's like, is it like chunk handle? No, because one file could be like in multiple chunks. So what is chunk handle? I don't know. This is actually a good question. So let me put into file master returns chunk handle. What exactly it is? Okay. In fact, the client typically asks for multiple chunks in the same request, and the master can also input the information for chunk immediately for this request. So this is extra side step several the client has one practically request. Okay, basically this is like batch request. Right? So okay, this one is okay. Let me stop this for now, and like later on we can continue after the break. This is like dinner time.